Hey, hello and welcome to today's GFG problem of the day. Hope you're doing well. So let's see today's problem, minimum sum. Okay, so this problem was asked in Google and the difficulty level is medium. Okay, it's an interesting problem, but I'll make it very easy for you. Okay, just one request to please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video, because at the end of the day, your subscriptions motivate me to create videos for you. Okay, thank you so much. So let's see what the problem is saying is. Okay, so we'll be given an array wherein each element is in the range 0 to 9. Okay, we want to find the minimum possible sum out of two numbers formed using the elements of the array. Okay, all the digits in the given array must be used to form the two numbers. Return a string without leading zeros. Okay, so what the problem is saying is we'll be given an array and all its elements will be in the range 0 to 9 only. Okay, there won't be any double digit number. Okay, all the number will be single digit within 0 to 9. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to find out the minimum possible sum, okay, out of two numbers, n1 and n2. Okay, and this n1 and n2 should be formed with all the elements. I mean, no element should be excluded. Okay, when we form the number n1 and n2. Okay, okay. So in this example, the minimum sum is 604. Okay, and how it is calculated? So here if you see, if the number one, if it contains 2, 4 and 6. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, and number 2 contains 3, 3, 3, 5 and 8. 3, 5 and 8, right? 5 and 8. Okay. So the minimum possible sum is 604 and the two numbers are n1 n2 are 246 and 358. If you see, we have covered all the elements in the array. Okay. So we want to have minimum numbers. Okay, we want to form minimum numbers such that the sum will also be minimum. Okay, so this is a um ask. Okay, this is the ask basically to solve the problem. Okay, now how can we make sure that we get the minimum possible sum? How can we make sure? So when the numbers themselves are smaller, then the sum will also be small. Okay, so if the numbers start with smaller numbers, right, then we'll make sure that the sum will also be small. Okay, for example, now um so what we want to do here is we want to start with the smaller number. Okay, so that's what the approach would be, right? That's what the approach would be, or that's what the idea would be. Okay, so here, for example, here if we start with, if we find out which is the smallest number here, 2, right? Smallest number is 2, right? And then the second smallest number would be 3. But here, so what we would want to do is rather than adding 3 here, right? Because it may be the case that n1 may form a small number, but n2 will be big then, right? So what we'll be doing is we'll be toggling, okay, between the numbers. So for example, if we give first smallest number to 2, okay, the next smallest number will give to this n2, okay, then this next smaller number will give to 4, okay, then next smaller number will give it to n2, right? The next smaller number, or whatever is the next number, right, we'll give it to n1, and then the next one will give to n2. So if we distribute the numbers starting from small to large, okay, if we distribute evenly between n1 and n2, then we'll make sure that we are forming the small numbers, okay, between n1 and n2. And hence, when we form the small numbers, hence when we form these numbers, right, wherein we distribute the numbers evenly from small to big, okay, then we'll have a sum which will be smallest basically, or which will be minimum. Okay, so I hope you have got the intuition, okay, the intuition behind solving the problem. Okay, okay. Now now how can we distribute these numbers, right, from small to big between n1 and n2. Okay, so let's see. So one approach would be to sort the array. Okay, to sort the array, right? Simple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 8, right? To just sort the array and then iterate through the elements, have a toggle n1, n2, right? N1, n2 have a toggle, okay? And just iterate through the array. We'll have a toggle boolean, right? When we will distribute the numbers, right? Distribute the numbers simply, right? But can we can we solve this problem? Can we solve this problem more efficiently without sorting the array? Because if sorting the array would take n log n. Okay. So can we solve this problem without sorting the array? Okay. Yes, we can. So we will leverage the the property, right? Wherein it is saying that all the numbers will be in the range 0 to 9. Okay. 0 to 9. So what we'll do is let's have an array of size 10. Okay, let's have an array of size 10. And also for a demonstration purpose, let's have one more element 3. Okay, okay, which will be, for example, let's say wherein the frequency of this element is more than 1. Okay, so let's have an array of size 10. Okay, okay, 8 and 9 here, right? So because the elements are from 0 to 9, so we will have the corresponding array. Okay, we'll have a corresponding array. Okay. Now, so let's call this array as count. Okay. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is we will iterate to the array, and wherever we find the number, we are going to add this to put this number into the appropriate position here, right? Into its position here in the count array. Okay, and we'll increment the frequency basically. So we come across here 6, right? We add 1 here. Okay. Okay. Then we come to the next element 8, add 1 here. These are the frequencies. Okay. Then we come to 4, we add 1 here. 5, add 1 here. 2, add 1 here. 3, add 1 here. Again, we have come across 3. So we will increment the frequency to 2, right? Because there are two threes basically. Okay. So this is our count array. Okay. This is our count array. Okay. So first of all, let's go and code. Okay. Let's start. Let's do coding also parallelly. Okay. So first I'll show the Java code followed by C++. Okay. So let's have a count array as I told, count equal to new count, right? 10. And what we're doing here is int element will iterate to the array. Sorry, will iterate to the array, and we will increment the frequency of that particular element, right, into the count array. Okay. So this we are done till here, right? This we are done till here. Okay. Now what we are going to do here is we will have two strings basically, n1 and n2. Okay. And we will start with the digit basically. Okay. We'll start with the digit. Okay, now we'll start iterating through this array, we'll say. And what we're going to do is we'll also have a toggle, right? Toggle button, okay, which will be true. Okay. Now we'll start here. Since the count is of 0 is 0, we will not do anything. We'll just go ahead to 1. The count of 1 is 0 again. We won't do anything. We'll go ahead. So the count of 2 is 1 here. So what we're going to do here is we are going to append this. Sorry. Yes, we are going to append this particular, right? The number and not the frequency. We want to append the number. Okay. So it has appeared once. So we are going to append 2 once here. Okay. Then what are you going to do? We are going to set this as false. Okay. We are going to set this as false, and then we'll go ahead. We'll proceed ahead. Right. Now here it is 3. Right. It is 3 here. Right. So what are you going to do? What are we going to do here? So we are, since this is false, toggle is false. So when the toggle is false, we are going to add the number into n2. So here we are going to add 3. Okay. Here we are going to add 3. Okay. And then we are going to again toggle basically. We will again switch. So it will be true now. And here also, along with this, we'll also decrement the frequency. We also need to decrement the frequency. So here the frequency is going to be 1. So there's one more 1. That means there's one more 1, and the toggle is true. So we are going to append 3 here, right? Okay. And what we're going to do, we are going to decrement the frequency, right? We are going to do this procedure of decrementing frequency everywhere. So we had to do here also, we missed it. Okay. I missed explaining it. Okay. So here now it is 0, and we will also toggle set is as false. Okay. Then what are we going to do? Since now the frequency of 3 0, we will go ahead with the next digit. Okay, so here the next digit is 4 and also the toggle is false. So what we're going to do here, we are going to add 4 here. We're going to decrement the frequency, toggle here true, right? We'll proceed ahead, right? Now toggle is since toggle is true, we are going to add 5 here, decrement the frequency, toggle F, right? Toggle F. Go to the next digit, toggle is false, so we are going to add here, decrement the frequency, okay, and then go ahead. Here the frequency of 7 is 0, there's no 7 element, so we are going to go ahead again. Okay, now 8. So here, sorry, we forgot to toggle it, right? True. Now 8. So 8, here we are going to 8 we are going to add here, right? We're going to add here, decrement the frequency and toggle it to false, right? And then there's no number 9. Okay, so here we are with forming the two numbers n1 and n2, which are the smallest possible numbers, right? Which are the smallest possible numbers. Okay, so this is a second step. Okay, this is a second step to form n1 and n2. Okay, so let's go and code string builder. Let's have string builder num1. Okay, okay. Now what we're going to do is we will iterate through the digits. Digit starts with 0, sorry, ends with 9, right? And plus plus digit. Okay. Now what we're going to do here is also we'll have a toggle, right? We want to have a toggle. Toggle equal to true. And then we'll have a while loop because count of digit. While loop till count of digit is greater than 0, right? Because as we saw, right, an element may have multiple frequencies, right? It can occur multiple times, like in the case of 3 it appeared twice, so we want to process all the frequencies of that particular number, right? So okay, so here now what are we going to do? We are going to check if toggle, if it is true, then append into num1, append, right? And what we are going to append? We're going to append digit, right? Else we'll append that digit here. So here we want to mind here, we want to append the digit and not the frequency. Okay. So once done, what we're going to do here is we will decrement. We will decrement the frequency of that particular element and also we'll switch the toggle basically, right? So till now we are done here. We have formed the two numbers, right? Which are of type string. Okay. Okay, string builder. Now what it is saying, the problem is also saying we want to return a string without leading zeros. So if there are any leading zeros here, we want to we want to remove them. Okay. So let's have let's say string result one. Okay, remove leading zeros, right? We want to remove the leading zeros. So we will pass this num1 dot to string since it is a string builder, right? So string so what we are going to do here? So we want to remove the leading zeros, right? So what we are going to simply do, I equal to 0 while I is less than num dot length, right? Num dot length and at. If num dot care at. If it is 0, then we are going to increment I because we want to remove the leading zeros, right? So at the end, what we're going to do, num dot substring I. So what this means is, for example, if the number was something like this, 0, 0, 2, 3, 4, right? So what we are doing here is we are starting the iteration from here I, okay. And if it is 0, just increment I, okay. Again, if it is 0, increment I, okay. So once it is a non-zero element, we are going to break. Okay, we are going to break here. We are going to break this particular while loop, right? We are going to break this particular while loop. Okay. So once it is broken, what we are doing is we are returning the substring of num from I. So what it will means, substring of I means it will give the remaining, it will return the remaining string. Okay. It will return the remaining string. Okay. And this will only be done for the leading zeros and not the zeros within. Okay, we are doing for leading zeros only. Okay, so here we are done. So let's do the same for the num2 as well. So yeah, So now here we have result 1 and result 2. Now, what we want to do is we want to add, we want to add these numbers, right? But these are of type string, right? So what are we going to do? So we are going to implement a function, okay, return add string, right? Result 1 and result 2. So let's write that string add string result 1, string result 2, right? And then what are we going to do? So now, so since we cannot, like, there was one option to directly typecast this, right, into integers or long, whatever that is, or long, and just add the numbers and return. But I have observed that the numbers are huge, right? The numbers are big basically, right? And that is why it number we get number format exception. Okay, so that is why we are going to add using strings only. Okay, so let's see how we'll do that. Okay, let's see how we'll do that. So what we are going to do here is we're going to start with here basically. So let's say here I is here, j is here, right? So what are we going to do? 8 plus 6, it gives us 14. Okay, so what we're going to do, we'll also have let's say, yeah, so we'll also have a carry variable here, right, which will initially be 0. Okay, now what are we going to do? 8 plus 6, it gives us what? 14, right? 14. And so we are going to have a result, we are going to have a result string, right? Now we got 14, right? 8 plus 6, 14. So what we're going to do is we are going to take this 4, right? We're going to take this 4 and we are going to add in the result, right? And here we have one carry. So we are going to add in the carry. Okay, let's see. I'll show you how to solve this problem. Okay. So as I told, int I equal to, let's say, result 1 dot length minus 1. We have to start with the last one, right? Last character. Similarly, we'll have j. Okay. Now what we're going to do? We are going to have one int carry equal to 0, then string builder result and string, right? Okay. Then we are going to write I greater than equal to 0 or j greater than equal to 0, or carry is if it is equal to 1. Okay. I'll explain this. Okay. Now what are you going to do? Int digit 1 equal to, if I is greater than equal to 0, right? Only if I is greater than equal to 0, then get num1 dot char at I. Okay. And we want digit, right? So it is character basically. So we are going to uh, deduct or subtract the ASCII of 0. Okay. ASCII of 0. And if 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 I is not greater than equal to 0, okay, if I is minus 1 or something, in that case we'll just assign 0 to the digit 1. Okay. So we have, then we'll do the same for digit 2, which will be j, right? Which will be j, and it will be num2 here, num2. And also we want to, once we have used that particular, okay, no problem. So I and j, here we have j here. Okay, so here we have digit 1 and digit 2. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Sum equal to dig 1 plus dig 2, right? So here we now will may have, so 8 plus 6, right? So sum will be what? Sum will be 14, right? Sum will be 14. That's what we are doing here. Sum is 14 here. Now we are going to append sum mod 10. We are going to do sum mod 10. So what we are doing here is we are appending out of this 14, right? We are doing sum mod 10. That means it will give us this 4. And we want to add this into result. That's what we have done here. And we want to have a carry as well. So carry equal to sum divided by 10. So what it is going to give us? So carry will give this particular one, right? Will give this particular one. Okay. So that's what we have done. Carry is 1 here, right? And so yes, so this is, and also what we want to do is I minus minus and j minus minus, right? I minus minus and j minus minus. So in this way, we will have this, what, let's run through this. So what will the result have? What will the result have here? So, so for example, let's write it here, 3, 2, 3, 5, 8, right? 2, 3, 5, 8, 3, 4, 6. I is here, j is here, right? and result, let's say, is here, and we have carry here, right? Carry here. So 8 and 6, right? 8 and 6 will give us what? Sum will give us 14, right? 14, it gave us 14. So what we did here? So we took the 4 here into the result and 1 carry here, right? And then what we did? We decremented I and j, right? So 5 plus 4 will do, which will give us what? 5 plus 4 will give us 9. 9 plus 1 carry, right? Plus 1 carry we want to do. So have we done that? Oh, here we want to do plus carry also. We miss this carry, right? Plus 1 carry. So it will give us what? Some plus carry, which will give us 10, right? Then what are we going to do? We are going to take this 0, right? Okay, how we are taking this 0? By doing mod 10, right? So 10 mod 10 will give us this 0. So we append here, right? We append here. And this 1, we are going to again assign it to the carry. Okay. Then we'll decrement our I and j, right? I and j here, right? So I and j, 3 plus 3. So sum is 3 plus 3 plus 1 carry. Plus 1 we want to do, right? Which will give us 7. So what are we going to do? Again, we'll take mod 10. So it will give us 7 only. So we are at 7 and divided by 10. For carry, it is going to give us 0. So we'll set 0 here. Okay. So we have exhausted. So j will decrement again and I will decrement again. So j is minus 1 here, right? We have exhausted this j. But only this is left. So what are we going to do? So sum will be 2 plus digit 2, it is going to be 0, right? 2 plus 0, 0. And carry is also 0. So it will be 0, 2. Sorry, it will be 2. And then we'll take this 2, right? And we're going to add here. So if you see here, so in the result, we have 4072, which is we want to do reverse. So if you see here, if you look here, right? If you add this, the answer will be 2074, right? So this will be the answer we have here, but we want to just reverse now. Okay. So what are we going to do here? Simply result dot reverse dot toString. We are going to pass, right? We're going to return. Okay. So here, so this is it. So I think let's compile this. Does it get compiled? Let's see. Toggle. Okay. What happened here? So toggle. Can you do this? I think yes. Okay, there will be some string builder. Num1 is already okay here. Sorry, my bad. Num2 and then toggle. Yeah, want to pass a type boolean. Let's compile it again. Okay, lot of compilation errors. Yeah, so what it is? J variable num2 symbol. Okay, again. So this we don't have num1 here. We have result1 and result2. Okay. Anything else? Let's compile it. Oh, the output is okay. My bad. Add string, right? So what we want to do here is we want to add it. Oh, again, a lot of errors. I mean, it's a big solution. Maybe that is why. And not a very easy one. So let's num2. I think this should work. Yes, let's submit it. So yeah, the test cases are being processed. Thanks for watching. I hope you have got the solution. Please subscribe to our channel, like the video, comment on the video. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's quickly see the C++ code as well. I'll also attach the code into the comment section. Okay. So here we have our C++ code. So, okay, this is not needed. I think let's remove it. Okay. Or maybe let's comment it. Okay. So here what we're doing is we are having a count array of 10, right? And then I have already explained this. We are storing the frequencies of the elements, right? And then we are iterating through the digits from 0 to 9. And we are toggling and adding into the num1 and num2, right? And then here we are removing the leading zeros. So what it says is array starts with the first index, which is 0. And it will give the index of the first non-zero element. Okay. and then it will erase the first leading zeros basically. Okay, and then add strings we are doing here. So here it is same, whatever I have explained in Java, not much difference here. Okay, so I'll also attach the code in the comment section. Okay, so let me compile this. Let me also compile this. Let's submit. Okay, it is passed. Thanks for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. Have a happy, healthy, and a great day. Thank you so much.